Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, y'all good with the Brady Way? Well, let's talk about it today. Hey, yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? YouTube, what's good? Raider Nation. Yes, sir, we are live. Yes, sir, we are live. Let me say that again. Yes, sir, we are live. I know it looks a little different in here. You know, I'm not live at the Ahern, but I am here, you know what I'm saying, in one of my studios. We got some talks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we get down over here at Raider Twuan. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk to me, I talk back to y'all. If y'all want to put your comments and, you know, questions or comments in the comment section, I'm going to definitely get into those today. So this is going to be kind of a little free form, you know, discussion on what's going on with the Raiders. I haven't been live for a good minute. For personal reasons. Some checked on me, some didn't, but hey, that's all good. But I definitely, there's a lot to talk about. I haven't talked about Telesco. I haven't talked about AP. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that I have not personally, you know, gave my take here on the Raider Twuan channel. But hey, before I get into all of that, go ahead and hit that like button. Why? Because I like you. And go ahead and subscribe, okay? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are, and I'm trying to pull up the graphic, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get it in time, but I'm going to try again because, you know, I'm kind of a little rusty. I haven't did this in a minute, but hey, you guys know how I get down over here. I show love to everybody in the chat. But before we do all that, we're on our road to 500 subscribers. So definitely we're trying to hit that 500 subscribers by week 1. And how do we get that? Is by you hitting that subscribe button. It's completely free to do. You know, you may not want to watch me all the time. You know what I'm saying? Some people may want to watch me all the time. That's why you hit that notification bell. But if you don't want to watch me all the time, you can still subscribe, and then you can get to whatever you want to get to from there. But definitely you do not want to miss this content. And again, we're on the road to 500 subscribers. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me give a little quick shout out to everybody in the building. I'm not going to read your comments. I'm just going to shout out your guys' names while you guys are in here. I will get to your comments, though. I will get to your comments. So if you have a question or comment, I will get to that as long as it's on the topic. Shout out to the deacons. Hey, deacons, please share this out to all the Instagram chats and all of that stuff. Please do that for me. You know, helping the channel. So you guys know what you guys got to do. Go ahead and hit that share, deacons. And shout out to one of my deacons. That's first one in, Mr. Rob Pena. Shout out to Rob Pena in the building. James Purple is in the building. Yes, sir. Who else? Daniel Berry highlights. Yes. Good to see you, my guy. Blessings to you on today. SoCal Sal. Yes. A member of the congregation. Join the congregation by hitting that subscribe button. Nutty Raider Nate. One of my good friends and content creators. Good to see you, man. All Eyes on G. One of my deacons is in the building. Shout out to you. Black and Grayed Out is in the building. One of the top producers in the Raider Nation. If you need some beats, holla at Black and Grayed Out. All right. Those are our early birds. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, some of those got the notification bell. That's how they know when I'm live. But yeah, man, hey, we gonna talk a little bit today. We're gonna talk a little bit today. And definitely, I just did something. Oh, cancel. Okay, there we go. We're gonna talk a little back because again, I haven't been live. I have not been live for a while now. I've been on other people's channels. And for those content creators, I'm always, again, let me say this clearly. I'm always willing to join. Hit me on IG at Twuan, TWUAN. If we worked before, cool. If we have not worked before, it's all good. Go ahead and hit me on IG. And if you want me to be on your panel, hit me up on IG so we can talk that Raider football. Okay? And when I say all content creators, I mean all content creators. If you think I'm lying, try me. Okay? Hit me on IG, say, hey, come to my show. Okay? If I'm available, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, if I'm not available, it's due to medical reasons. And those that know my situation, y'all know what's going on. But that's like a good 95% of the time that I'm not available is due to medical reasons. But if you hit me up, I will do my best to show up to your show. Early or late. All right. So look, hey, the Raiders are doing some things. And right now we're in a place of the unknown. Yes, there's reports that come out to say this person's the favorite, that person's the favorite. But it's all the unknown. It really is. That's why I'm hesitant on, putting too much out there right now until things get a little more, I don't want to say solidified, but a little more where I believe, okay, these might be really what we're leaning towards. But even before all that, we got rid of Antonio Pierce. We got rid of a rookie coach that dealt with a whole lot throughout the season. And whether it was his doing or things that were out of his control, personally, I don't believe he did enough to get fired. Okay? I believe with Antonio Pierce, there was the things that were out of his control were greater than his downfalls as a rookie coach. And I think us within the Raider Nation, I think we kind of have the misperception of what is a reality of where things really are versus what we vision from Antonio Pierce. Let me break that down even more. I think some of us, when grading Antonio Pierce as a coach, was grading him on a scale as if he was a veteran veteran head coach. Okay? Which was not the case. A rookie head coach is going to have its lumps. There's going to be errors in some of the decisions they make. Why? Because they haven't did it before. And you guys forgive the light that's on that. No, I keep doing that wrong. On this side. Okay. On this side. Please forgive me for the light that's on this side. It is what it is. But there's a scale in which we grade head coaches that are veterans versus head coaches that are rookies. And I don't believe that we didn't have a good assessment of the possibility of Antonio Pierce by just having him be the head coach one season. Some people may feel different about that, and hey, that's your Raider gospel. But I will say that with a coach that may, some people, oh, he was an interim coach. He was pretty much an interim coach for half of the season. When you're an interim coach, let me help some people. When you're an interim coach, you are literally just a babysitter. You are literally a substitute teacher. And we all have been in school and know what a substitute teacher did throughout the day. Literally, the substitute teacher, passed out the paper that the teacher told them to pass out while they were away and make sure that the classroom didn't get set on fire. And that's literally what Antonio Pierce was doing in his interim. And the beginnings of his tenure of being a head coach, I believe that some of the stuff that was going on wasn't solely Antonio Pierce's decision. And because it wasn't, can we really say that Antonio Pierce had all the control and all of what he needed to get the job done? And we're going to be in a situation, and I'll talk about it, a little bit later, because I know some of you guys probably have that in the chat. We're going to be in a situation where are we going to hire a rookie coach? Are we going to hire a rookie head coach? Are we going to be in another situation where that rookie coach we're going to have to take once again? So, my personal opinion in regards to Antonio Pierce, I don't think he did enough to lose his job. And, yes, I'm going to support of whoever comes in. for the near future head coach. But I think what some of us are enamored with in regards to, what we're seeing with the Detroit Lions is pretty much the flat of what we had with Antonio Pierce. Dan Campbell is not a person that does X's and O's. But what he does have are two good coordinators. And obviously those two coordinators, when we get into head coaching searches, both of those coordinators are good enough to be considered for head coaching jobs. So, with that being said, what is Dan Campbell's sole job? His job is to motivate, inspire, and get these players ready for battle. And I don't know what you saw when we were watching the Raider games, but even with our record being what it was, and some individuals wanting, to tank, which tanking ain't Raiders. Let me just say that now. Tanking ain't that. Okay? Tanking ain't Raiders. That's my opinion. But for those that felt like we needed to tank, this team was still out there battling. And despite what you may feel about the loss, when you look at our roster and the rosters that we brought up for those games, it's not a surprise that we were where we were. But even with that being said, those guys were still fighting. Those guys were still giving it the best they had. We just didn't have the talent. And that's one of the things I said early in the season when people were tripping out. When I said, hey, I like Spillane. Diablo's a question mark. But then what's up behind that? Or I like Jack Jones. Bennett hasn't been showing up because he was injured. So I didn't have a real good assessment on him. But behind him, then what? And it showed itself in the latter part of the season when those people got hurt. When we started to see Darnay Holmes and D-Cam. And unfortunately, some games, I know for sure the Chargers game, they made an effort to pick on D-Cameron Richardson. So that then what? In regards to our depth of the roster, it showed itself. And the depth that some people felt like we had, we ain't got it. Now the positive, though, is that the guys that we talked about depth, the D-Cams, the Darnay Holmes, some of the younger, I know Darnay Holmes is a vet, but he's still young. These younger guys, the Palomal got some more snaps that he normally probably wouldn't have got. they'll be even the more better for it. Not saying that they will make the team for the upcoming season, but if we do rely on those guys, we know that at least those guys have got some valuable snaps. And we know that the majority of players that come out there on the field, that's how they get their maturity, is on snaps. So, as bad as the season came to, there is some positives moving forward if we decide to retain these same guys, not as starters, but ultimately as our depth. Okay? As our depth. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I see D. Cameron Richardson as our starting corner, get ready for another 4-13 season. Okay? Get ready for that. You guys make sure you hit that like button if you guys have not. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you like the Raiders. Okay? It's simple. If you like the Raiders, subscribe. Also, I'm trying to make YouTube pay for my Raider gear. You know what it is. All right. And that's free on you. I am looking at some of your guys in the chat before I get to Tom Telesco. You guys saluting each other. I like that. That's how we do it over here at the Raider Twuan channel. Love when the congregation is talking to each other. Black and Grayed Out said, we can talk about that. Pete Carroll over Ben Johnson. Over, Ben experience. Yep. And that's what I was talking about earlier about, Antonio Pierce. We knew signing, a rookie head coach, what was going to happen. He was going to have to take his lumps along with all just the natural lumps of the NFL season. The natural lumps are injury. The natural lumps are, expecting for a veteran to do well and he doesn't. Those are the things that are natural lumps within the season. But on top of that, you're worried about Antonio Pierce. It's like, don't expect someone to not be a rookie. Don't expect someone not to be, you expect a veteran to be a veteran. So expect a rookie to be a rookie. And, we might be in, like you said, you want Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is a guy that has experience. He's been a head coach before, not only just on the collegiate level, but he's also been an NFL Super Bowl head coach. Okay. I don't mind Pete Carroll. I just personally, Black and Grayed Out, I don't mind Pete Carroll for that reason, because he has the experience. But we might, there's rumblings that we might be going with another rookie head coach. And if we do, one thing that I want to prepare the Raider Nation for, because that's a part of my job here at Raider Twuan. I feel like I'm called to, call things out and say, hey, beware, get ready for it. Okay. That's what I try to do for you guys. But if we decide to go rookie head coach, I need you to gauge them as a rookie head coach. Don't gauge them as a Andy Reid. Don't gauge them as a, Mike Tomlin. Don't gauge them, like a Kyle Shanahan. Okay. Now, if they're a rookie and they do what it do, then hey, cool. That's good. We got some of that in your rookie years. But don't expect a rookie to come out the wrapper and be this head coach guru. Okay? If you do that, let me tell you right now, you're failing yourself. And you're going to be pissed off. And you're going to be in my chat and other people's chats pissed off. Okay? So I'm trying to help your mindset, because we don't know, which way the Brady Way is going to go. Okay? So be prepared. Going into this season, even though we haven't closed out the season, we're still in 2024, but for us going into the 2025 season, I was already saying, hey, it's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy. And this is with my understanding that Antonio Pierce was going to have another year. I thought it was just going to be crazy in regards to trying to get that quarterback, because at that time we were, in quarterback land. Right now we're kind of on the outside. There is reports that are saying that stock is dropping on certain quarterbacks, like a Shador. But we'll see when we get to that specific point. But I was already saying it was about to be crazy just for that reason. But now, with Antonio Pierce out the door and Telesco being told where to go, I think it's even more crazier. So, I used to tell people, when I got in their car, if it was someone that I didn't trust they driving, I would put on one seatbelt, and then I would ask them, hey, where's the other seatbelt, so I could put on two seatbelts. Pretty much as a joke, right? Hey, I'm telling you right now, you might want to put on two seatbelts. I don't know if it'll help, but you might just want to put on two seatbelts. Okay? Because I was already putting on one seatbelt for us trying to get a quarterback. Now I gotta, I gotta do one of them. I feel like I'm doing the Dougie or something. I'm saying? Doing the Dougie, because I'm strapping on here and I'm strapping here. But that's where we're gonna have to be in regards to this Raider Nation. And the Brady Way. What y'all think about the Brady Way? Let me know in the chat what you think about the Brady Way. Circus is the official. Let me say this now. Circus is the official legal services of the Raider Twuan channel. Shout out to my legal services of Circus and Associates. Okay. If you ever need some legal services, hit up Circus and Associates. Shout out to Circus. I take winning way over any other way. If Brady Way brings W's, I'll take it. Can't be any worse than the Davis way the last 20, 30 years. Hey, I mean, and some people like that, you know, some people feel that way. You know? Hey, look. Hey, I ain't got no brown crackers. I know Rob, you know, put the brown crackers in the chat, but I'm gonna give y'all the Raider Twuan tortilla chip. You know what I'm saying? Salute. And no, there is no Raider Twuan without the congregation. And there's no congregation without the Raider Nation. So the tortilla, Raider Twuan. Oh, Raider Twuan, tortilla, salute. All right. Y'all thought I forgot. I almost forgot. All right. I'm gonna have to get some brown crackers in this studio. All right. I left the brown crackers in the air. All right. Anyway. But yeah, Circus, that's, hey. People's like, hey, we've been doing the Raider way, Davis way. We did the Patriot way for a little bit. Went back to the Raider way. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Antonio Pierce was really bringing the Raider Nation back. You know what I'm saying? I just my personal opinion. I feel like Antonio Pierce was bringing the Raider. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bay, so I'm just biased to what we had in Oakland, and you know what I'm saying, the way we was doing things in the town. You know, he was trying to bring that back to Las Vegas, even though that's a huge task in the first place. But I thought he was bringing the Raider, you know what I'm saying, swag, you know what I'm saying, the juice, whatever you want to call it. He was trying to bring that, you know what I'm saying? But along with that, he's trying to bring the Raiders back, but also bring, you know, the Raider team to a certain level of standard, right? And now, like I said, reports have came out that, you know, we since, you know, Brady has does that look better? Since Brady has, yeah, that might be a little better for you guys. Since Brady has joined the team as a minority owner and also has the green light in terms of football personnel, they're talking about the Brady way. And you know, I'm curious to know what you think about the Brady way. Now, Circus said, "Hey, I'm cool with the Brady way because all the other ways we didn't know which way we was going." Right? Hey, I have no issues with that. I really don't. I'm not knocking any of that because I feel the same way. I feel like whether we were quick-footed and got rid of those ways faster than we needed to, or it was time to just move on from that. You know, we can go back to, for me, Gruden, his second stint. I think Gruden was cooking something until he got the emails cooked on him. Right? I think we could have rolled with Gruden for a little longer. You know what I'm saying? Maybe change some things organizational wise in regards to influence with GM with Gruden, but that's where we were, right? Then McDaniels. I did not like McDaniels. And the reason I didn't like McDaniels is because McDaniels came in here as an offensive coordinator, and what side of the ball sucked? The offense. So, I had an issue with that. Now, Antonio Pierce, I didn't have much of an issue to that because we know that he didn't really have, he kind of tends to be a more defensive coach than a, offensive coach. He really wasn't an X and O guy. And because he's not an X and O guy, I felt like his job was to motivate these guys to continuously fight no matter what was going on. And I think he was successful in that. But we moved on from that. Now we're going into the Brady way. Okay. And I need you guys, shout out to the many that are in here. I see you guys. Go ahead and do this.
Fucking Stizan. Twuan, hey Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
That's right. Go ahead and hit that like button. That is free to do. Do everything free. Okay? Do everything free. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Got some new people in the building. I see you guys. Let me shout out you guys while you guys are here. Raider Ben, my guy. Blessings to you, man. I see you. Shout out to you, man. Good to see you win. I'm about to get into the Tom Telesco. Hey, Arnie Garza. Hey, look, last time, look, let me forgive you, or let me ask for forgiveness. You came in my chat, it was a while back, and I kept calling you Annie. My eyes are bad. That's why I wear these glasses and stuff. So I realized your name was Arnie. Okay. So please forgive me for calling you Annie. I did answer your question, but I kept calling you Annie. Forgive me for that. Now I know it's Arnie. I will make sure to make an effort to call you that. But forgive me. But good to see you in here. And I know that you are a member of the congregation. J-Dog, I see you in the building. Blessings to you. Who else is in here? Pyro, my guy, blessings to you today. Good to see you. Navy vet is in the building. Salute, Navy. Hey, much love to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys do it. Congregation, you know what you do. Hit that like button. And if you have not, you know what I'm saying, join the congregation. 631 ENT. Good to see you, man. I see you in here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Okay, let me get back up to Circus and Associates. But yeah, the Brady way. That's what's being said. That's what's being put out there right now. You know what I'm saying? Is the Brady way. And we're just gonna have to see what that's about. You know what I'm saying? I'm more like, Circus. Hey, since you here, we might as well have you put some work in. And however you can put some work in so that we're winning games, let's do that. I think that's the reason, I think that's the reason why they decided not to just move on from Antonio Pierce, but they also decided to move on from Tom Telesco. Now, with Tom Telesco, there's some pluses and some minuses that I saw with Tom Telesco as to why I feel like, hey, you got to go. Okay? He was responsible for quarterbacks. And Minshew wasn't it. And for those that have been with me, I told you that I felt like Minshew wasn't it. And I believe that Tom Telesco also was involved with who was the starter. And the starter we know was week 1 was Minshew. Now, the acquisitions of offensive coordinator, that also falls on Telesco. And the lack of depth, serious depth on this roster, that also falls on Telesco. Okay? That also falls on Telesco. I think there was also, and I talked about it a few times, but I think there was also some issues between Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco. And what got my senses popping on the topic was that we saw Antonio Pierce go up in press conference and say, hey, ask Telesco. These questions you asking me, it ain't on me. Ask Telesco. And I think that was a way of Antonio Pierce slightly throwing Telesco under the bus, but throwing him under the bus because that was what it was. And I think because of the Brady Way, I think we are, like I said, I think it was just best for us to wipe slate clean. Was I mad at the draft of Telesco? No. I think we hit where we needed to hit. We had 3 starters in our first 3 rounds. And Jackson Power Johnson in the second round. Brock Bowers in the first round. And DJ Glaze at right tackle for us. Now, do I think DJ Glaze is our solidified right tackle moving forward, or would I like to upgrade there? I would love to upgrade there. I don't think I saw enough of DJ Glaze to say, yes, he's our, That's the guy that I like right there on the right side. But he will definitely do until we find that guy. I think there's, definitely some maturity. Of course he's a rookie. There's a learning curve, right? Rookies do rookie things. You guys know I say that, and that's reality. But I don't solely trust like I believe in the guys that are above him in the draft. Okay? I think JPJ is that guy. Whether he's our guard or whether he's our center, and I prefer him to be our center. Okay? We know what Brock Bowers is bringing to the table. He's already breaking records and is in the Pro Bowl. So we already know what he's doing for us as Raiders. But in totality of our first 3 rounds, we're getting production. Now the back end, that's where we have some questions, right? So hopefully whoever we bring in can hit. And when I mean hit, get some starters out of this draft. Okay. I'm reading your guys' chat. Raider Ben again. Raiders! Yes, sir. Hey, we do that in season and out of season. You feel me? We do that in season and out of season. You guys let me know what you guys think about let me know what you think about Tom Telesco. Let me know what you think about AP. I know it's kind of old discussion, but hey, I definitely got to put it out on my channel. Nah, hey, Rob, you're right. You're right. It's me. Arnie Garza says, is Pete Carroll too old to coach anymore? Or got a couple of years to retirement? You know what? I think now, good question. My personal beliefs are as it's not the number, it's your action. And if you watch Pete Carroll, even at his age, he's active. He's moving. He's doing he's out there with the guys. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't look like he's going to be on a walker anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to see him out there with a cane, trying to coach the team. The last time I seen Pete Carroll on the sideline, he was throwing darts. You know what I'm saying? Throwing darts, warming up his quarterback. His last time with the Seahawks, even everybody in that organization was saying, hey, Pete is this age, but he ain't acting that age. You know what I'm saying? Pete reminds me of that old. I used to work in clubs. And there used to be, when I used to work at the club, there was this one guy. His name was, ironically, his name was Stan. He was an old white guy. And he was too old to be in the club. I'll just say it like that, because everybody was way younger than him in the club. But you couldn't stop Stan from dancing. Stan, when he came in, the only time you seen Stan, not dancing, is if he was at the bar, getting him, what was he getting? Oh, yeah, he would get him a Diet Coke. And sometimes he would get water. Because, like I said, I worked at the club, so I seen him multiple times go into the bar. And the bartender be like, yeah, Stan just comes, gets a Diet Coke, drinks it, and gets back on the dance floor. But yeah, we all used to trip out on Stan. Because Stan, like I said, he was an old dude, but he was in there boogieing and not tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, us young people, we would dance one song. Okay, let me sit down. Stan, every song was out there. You know what I'm saying? And not just doing the two-step. He was spinning, he was doing everything. And that's the type of guy that Pete Carroll is. Even at his age. I think I don't have the stats on that, but I believe he is well, he's not working right now, but if he was working right now, he would be the oldest head coach in the NFL. Okay? Because I think he's a little older than Bruce Arians. To do it. Now, that's what I feel about Pete Carroll. I think Pete Carroll could do the job. And I think Pete Carroll has the experience. Obviously, he has the experience. But I think he could also establish a consistent culture with this team. And not necessarily a culture, because I think Raider Nation is a culture in itself, but an identity on the field. And I think that's the most important part, and what we need to be looking for at head coach is someone that can come in and we can say, by week 6, this is what we are. This is what we're going to do to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the good teams are. When you play the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though they're out of the playoffs now, you better put on 2 chin straps, because you're going to get hit hard, you know what I'm saying? Because they're a defensive team, and they're going to run the ball at you. You know what I'm saying? And try to run the ball hard against you. That's Steeler ball. You know what I'm saying? And that's the identity that we have to create. I'm not saying that it has to be a specific, hard-hitting defense and a strong run game. We might be an air it out team. But that just might be what we are. But I want to be in a position where everybody knows what we're going to do. But even with that being said, you can't even stop it. There was a time where even with the Raiders, the run game, and this was with a little bit with Del Rio and with Gruden. The first stint, everybody knew we was running the ball, but you couldn't stop it. And that's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? Everybody might be looking for something else, but that's what I'm looking for. I want to know by week 4, definitely by week 6, what we about to do all season. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. You know, when I say what we're going to do all season, I'm not saying we just going to, you know, go 18-0 or whatever. No, I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying how we go about our business. You know what I'm saying? Where when other teams are scouting us, they pretty much say the same thing. They're going to say, hey, the Raiders, they're going to come in here and you better be ready for a fight. Because they're going to smack you hard on defense. They're going to put you on a highlight tape on defense. And even when you know they're going to run, good luck trying to stop it. And I'm just throwing those things out there because I said it earlier. But I'm fine which way we go, as long as we go in that direction. And we all know, hey, okay, that's 2025. That's 2025 Raider football. That's where we need to be in the foreseeable future with coaches. But definitely, Arnie, to your question, I think Pete Carroll, as old as he is, I think his actions, his physical liveliness, it can work. I'm not saying sign him to a 20-year contract though. You know what I'm saying? But do I think Pete can come here for, you know, sign him to a 5-year? I think we can do that. And see where we are from that point. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe, you know, if we do get Pete, maybe Pete will bring somebody in to where it could be a smooth transition. Right? Bring in Pete. Pete, you know, he was signed for 5, but he leaves at 4 and says, hey, this coordinator has been with me, you know, and I think he's ready to take the reins. I've been teaching him, I've been grooming him for the job. He knows personnel. You know, we ain't got to start from ground zero if we move on from Pete, because the guy that we're bringing in, he can work with what we got and add on to it for years to come, and we can roll. That could be a possibility. Okay, but I hope I answered your question there, Arnie. Back to Arnie, he made a comment and said Minshew gets the offense is a setup to lose for APA. It was. It definitely was. It's interesting to see how many people grilled a coach that doesn't do offense because of the offense. But, you know, it is what it is. Rob Penny said, "I'll take someone using the Madden video game NFL playbook as an OC." Hey, that's the problem, man. There's two. Hey, I'm not saying offensive coordinators that are doing that, But that's the problem with some of us in Raider Nation. Some of us play too much Madden. Some of us play too much Madden that we fail to forget that this is an organization and there's some reality to this NFL game. You know what I'm saying? Some of us be like, get rid of this guy, get rid of that guy, just move on from that guy. And it's like, okay, then what team are we gonna have left? What team are we really gonna have left if we start treating, you know what I'm saying? If we treating the Las Vegas Raiders like the Madden football game. Unfortunately, some of these guys that you subscribe to, they never had the only football experience they've had is playing the video game. You know, some have played, some have coached and played, some have just coached. But then some are guys that just play Madden. Yeah, Arnie, hey, I brought that up, man. You gave a number to it. We have 27 free agents to re-sign. Which of our own free agents are most important to extend? I'll give you 3. Definitely use 3. Merrick, Spillane, and I want Kuntz. Okay? I'm going to say it again. These 3. That's 3 out of 27. But there's other guys that, you know, if I pull up the list, you know, and I might do that, Arnie. I might do that. Remind me. I'll do a whole show on this question and bring up my slides that I have. But just off the top of my head, Merrick, Spillane, and I want to see Kuntz. Now with Kuntz, I would like for them to play ball. Don't just Spillane, you got to give him a blank check. Okay? Spillane, you got to give him a blank check. What you looking at, Spillane? How many years you want? How much you want? Merrick, you can kind of say, hey, this is what I'm looking at, you know, for you. But I wouldn't give him the blank check. Now with Kuntz, I'm telling him this is what we're giving you. Let me know if this works for you. And that's because of injury. Okay? It benefits us that Kuntz was injured. I hate to say it like that. But it benefits us cap-wise that Kuntz was injured. Because now we could bump that price down. Say, hey, we want to resign you, but we don't know, you know, they got the language, but, you know, pretty much they'll say, hey, we don't know what you're going to be. We don't know where you'll be. And when I say where you'll be, I'm saying his physical stability, right? Because we know after someone gets injured, especially as long as Kuntz has been injured, we don't know if he's going to return the better. Obviously, he'll be healed up or whatever, but is that a stable situation? Or is that a something we're going to just have to keep an eye out on. You guys, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Here we go. So that's where I would be with Kuntz. But those are the 3 guys that I would definitely be bringing back. Okay, I think SoCal's talking about the draft in this next one. Oh, no, he's talking about he wants Ben Johnson. Okay. I'll be talking about my feelings on Ben Johnson for the Raiders. Hopefully Thursday. So you do not want to miss that. Arnie feels the same way about Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is a young, creative talent that can develop AOC to golf, true or false. I don't know about the whole Jared Goff. I think that could be a possibility. I think Jared Goff is a better quarterback than AOC. But I do believe that AOC is a quarterback that can deliver the ball to whatever targets we have. Yeah, and that's why I said Merrick. Merrick has been balling out for us. And I remember a time where a lot of people were against Merrick. I know there was a time where, people were like, get rid of him, he's trash, da 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 da. And, I felt like if he just adjusts to the system, because when I looked at his totality of his career, it always took him about a year to get it. Anytime they changed the system, it almost took him a whole year to get, to get it. And that's just where he was. And I think that was it. I think having the consistency of Patrick Graham's system really helped out Merrick. And I think he's an asset for us at safety. I think with Kuntz, the other positives is if you do re-sign Kuntz, then now you have, an option to bring in Chase on as his backup. Then you have some. Now I'll say this. Now you're looking at having Chase on come off the bench You know, plug in Tyree where you want to plug in Tyree and put this defense on steroids. I hope they bring in another defensive tackle. I want us to have 4 good defensive tackles. And I think we only have 2. And those 2 are Wilkins and Adam Butler. I did like what I saw from Tyree at defensive tackle. I'm not saying that we need to get rid of him. You guys know I'm on the Tyree, keep him on the team bus. But I think we'll have the option in this draft to really put that D-line on steroids. Oh, man, hey. You didn't tell me that. Hey, Navy vet, hey. Congratulations, man. Congratulations on having a grandbaby, man. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that. So I'm just reading the chat, and you know, Rob Penny is shouting out Navy vet. Hey, Navy vet, blessings to you, man. Yeah, I'll definitely be praying for your grandbaby, man. Yeah. And for you being grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and spoil them and send them back to their parents. That look, I don't have any kids, but I can't wait till I get to that stage in life where I can spoil my grandkids and then send them back to their parents, you know, and give my kids some, you know, y'all know what I was gonna say. But blessings to you, man. And that is a blessing. Black and Great Out says Shador doesn't have the dog in him. He's talking about Cam Ward and Jalen Milroe do. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, out of your options, Arnie, because you putting some good questions up here. Let me see what you got here. What is your worst case scenario at head coach? Coach Prime, Tom, I think that was Tom Munkin. Glenn or Gruden? Personally, I don't care for Glenn. So out of your list, I would say Glenn. I would say Glenn. Arnie says, I'm so glad the Donkeys and Chargers lose. Now we need Texans to shock the world. Hey, look. Hey. I might lightweight be a Texan fan if that happens, dog. And I'm just saying, like, look, you know, I'm always gonna love me some Raiders, but if the Texans knock out both You know what I'm saying? AFC West teams. I'm like, man, let's go. And you know, I've always said with the Texans, they were young. They were building something over there, but they were young. And as soon as they got CJ Stroud and Will Anderson, they're taking off. I said last week, I said it with Lunatic Raider and Dirty Raider was there. I said, you know, the Chargers, if they come in and act like, you know what I'm saying, they ain't ready to play, they might mess around and lose. And that's exactly what happened. I think, to be honest with you, and this is my opinion, I think the Charger loss was worse than the Broncos loss. Okay? I think Harbaugh got outcoached. I think Harbaugh got outcoached. But yeah, it was nice to see. You know. But even going into the playoffs, I've been on the boat of somebody please knock out the Chiefs. Because I also noticed that all season, and I'm not saying this just to say it, but I'm saying it as a fact, that all season, the referees of the NFL were giving the Chiefs favors almost every game. I have a friend who's a Niner fan, and me and him would have conversations about, we will watch the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I watch the Raiders, but I watch NFL. I watch, as many games as I can. And sometimes I go back. Well, with the Raiders, I watch every game at least 3 times, Raider-wise. But all the other games, I watch them at least once. And the refs literally gave the Chiefs breaks almost every game. Ball was supposed to go to the other team. All of a sudden, the flag's on the field. Mahomes gets sacked. Oh, ball's on, flags on the field. Mysterious pass interference. And you know what? You know what's bad about it? The production of the NFL doesn't help them out. Because they go back to wherever the penalty was, and it's clear that it wasn't a penalty. And especially now, since they have the expedited, but expedited calls, the New York can say, oh yeah, that wasn't a catch. Why are we still getting calls wrong? So, I'm really hoping the Chiefs the Chiefs lose. Anthony Briscoe says we better have a clear-cut upgrade at head coach. I'm saying without saying. You don't fire anybody without a plan. And Provicio said, "Hey, look, I'm saying they better have one." And this Brady Way, I'm telling y'all, if it don't crack out here at Raider Twuan, he gonna have to hear about it. Cause like I said, it seems like Mark Davis, Mr. Mark Davis is giving a green light. He's giving that green light to Tom. And that green light has some responsibility, but definitely here at Raider Twuan, okay? Y'all know what it here at Raider Twuan, he's gonna have some accountability. See you guys in the chat. Salute Arnie. Salute Raider Nation fans. With the commitment to excellence, there's 31 other teams. 31 others fans. Then there is one nation. Yes. Raider Fell said, "Old age comes swiftly." You must be talking about when I was talking about Pete Carroll. Yeah. Good to see you. Detroit God is in the building. Blessings to you, man. Big Tone 209 is in the building. Good to see you. Ron Dellis, good to see you, man. You guys make sure you hit that like button. And if you guys have not, go ahead and subscribe. Big Tone, tragedy turned triumph. Well, good to see you, man. Think it's time to move on from Epps. To be honest with you, I don't mind bringing him back. It depends on at what price, because I don't personally, I like Isaiah Palomau, but I'm not completely sure if I can roll with him 18 games or 17 games, how many games the NFL decides they want us to play. Okay. And I think with F's out there, we actually played better on the back end. I know it was early in the season because Epps got, hurt, but we'll see. Because if Epps wants a lot of money, then yeah, I think you can let him walk. There is some safeties in this draft that I actually do like. Obviously, they're going to be rookies, but we're not in a position. I'll say this like this: we're not in a position where we're strapped for cash either. Whether it's the cap or Mark Davis. Okay. And for those that don't understand what I'm saying, there's the cap. But then if we decide to give some of these players guaranteed money, that comes out of Mark Davis. and Mark Davis is not hurting for any type of cash. Yeah, Epps was solid. Epps was solid when he did play, but he hasn't. Yeah, he wasn't been able to stay healthy. Yeah, and that's why I said, in those situations, like Kuntz, you give them, hey, this is the dollar amount we looking at giving you. Take it, and you can come back and tell us how you feel about it, but we might tell you, go see what, someone else can give you. And if they cold-blooded, they could completely take it off the table, or they could say, go see if someone's going to give you more money, and if they don't, then just come back and take this. And most of the time, if they do that, it's because they've given them, they were supposed to get 9, but we got them for a 4.5. So we got them for the low. And if nobody is going to pick that up, then hey, we're glad to give you the 4.5 because we know that you're worth more than that. But that's just how much we're going to give you. So it depends on and unfortunately, because we don't have our GM yet, Champ is there, but I don't know if Champ is able to make moves like that or have those conversations yet. But it's really going to be up to the GM on how he wants to maneuver that and how he does his business. But ultimately, we're going to need a good GM to come in here and take care of that business. I like Champ. Shout out to Koo Kev in the building. Good to see you, Koo Kev. It's my guy. Yeah, I like Champ, but right now it doesn't look like there's any real rumblings about keeping Champ. I would be very interested to see how this organization is feeling about Champ Kelly. Because I think Champ Kelly could also do the job at GM. He's been in the organization, and he knows personnel. He knows people in the organization. You know what I'm saying? And that could be a smooth transition. He already knows who's not good. Who needs to go, who needs to stay. But it seems like they're also looking at other GMs too. But I would be my question is how they feel about Champ Kelly at this moment in the position, or do they feel like, hey, we could still bring in a GM and then have Champ, work for us still behind the scenes. Word is Champ's contract is up. Hey, and that might be it. Cool said, pay the man. Yeah, that definitely might be the option. Okay. But hey, I told you guys I wanted to talk about about Antonio Pierce and Telesco. Obviously I said, I'm a little bit behind, but I'm trying to get myself back up, to the schedule. I will be coming in again sometime this week. I thinking maybe Thursday for my own show. If you see me live, obviously it'll be because I'm on panel with somebody else. But it may be Thursday, but it'll be sometime this week. And I'll be letting you guys know how I feel about Ben Johnson, since a lot of people are are talking about Ben Johnson. So stay tuned for that this week. I will be coming back to you this week about that. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you guys have not.
You fucking cold.
I mean, look in the camera, do it. Hey, you guys go ahead and hit them likes. Why? Because I like you. All right, you clip that one right.
Shout out to, Lunatic Raider for doing that. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. It's completely free to do. It does not hurt you, but it definitely helps this channel grow. And I thank you all that continuously do it on all my videos and all of my lives. It definitely means a lot to me when I see that you guys are supporting what I'm doing here, because again, what I'm doing is not for me, it's for you, so definitely and those that have subscribed and joined the congregation, thank you guys for another year. This is my first live of 2025. But you guys have been with me all of last year, and we're gonna try to roll it again this year. Okay, so thank you for riding with me on this journey of the Raider Nation. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys don't even know how much you guys mean to me. For those that have liked and subscribed to the channel. And if you have not, hey, what are you doing? You might as well subscribe. It's completely free. It doesn't charge you anything to do it. But it definitely supports what I envision for us. I want to be able to get in a position where YouTube is obviously, YouTube pays subscribers, right? Pays for the amount of subscribers on channels, right? And I want to be able to give back. And you'll see that as soon as I get to monetization, you'll see, hey, Raider Twuan is blessed. Certain things here and there. And some of it may even go back to you. I'm talking to a content creator right now because he does something, not Raider wise, but he does something for a basketball team, and he actually gives back to his subscribers, or gives them a chance to give. There's a chance that they may receive something back if they are a member of the channel or subscriber. So I want to be able to do that for you guys too. So yeah, please, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for somebody else. Okay. I always say you're a blessing, be a blessing to someone else. And I'm not closing, not quite yet, but I use that saying. I say you're a blessing, be a blessing to someone else. Because my heart is to be a blessing to someone else. And with this channel, I want to be a blessing, a financial blessing to someone else. And in order for me to do that, I'm going to need for you guys to subscribe. For you guys to subscribe. We are on the goal for 500 subscribers by week 1 of the new season. Hopefully we will smash that before week 1. And I will be thinking of something creative even when we reach that, on how I could be a blessing to somebody who is a subscriber to this channel if we do reach that goal. So I know I'm talking a whole lot But again, this is my first live for the season, or not for the season, but for the year. Excuse me. Of 2025. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. I can't say that enough. I appreciate all of you guys, and I do. I like you, but ultimately, because you love what I love you. Okay. We may not necessarily agree all the time, and that's just family. But know the love that, hopefully the love that I'm sending out to you, it is received, in love, ultimately in love. Okay, let me stop being the emotional guy, right? Here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates for being an organ donor. In the description of all my videos and all my lives, you can get the information on how to be an organ donor. So definitely, if you're interested in being an organ donor, or just want to look at the information, or just curious about what does it take to be an organ donor, that is in the description of all my videos and all my lives. So feel free to dive into that at your own time. And please consider being an organ donor. I'm going to show my friend again.
Fucking Stizan.
Holy
Twuan,
shit, fire.
hey, Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
Also, if you're interested in being a financial blessing to this channel, it is actually screaming across the screen right now. If you're interested in, we don't have super chats at the moment, but if you're interested in being a financial blessing to the channel, that is how you do it. Just so you know, on top of my head, my Cash App, if you guys want to be a financial blessing to the Cash App, my Cash App is $Twuan, TWUAN, $Twuan, TWUAN. You'll see me in a Raider hat in the picture. So definitely, if you want to be a financial blessing to me and the channel, that is how you $Twuan, and as it's screen across the screen, at Twuan. So that's Venmo. If you have Venmo, you can hit me, be a financial blessing there on Venmo at Twuan. And Twuan is also my IG. If you need prayer for you or your family members, again, I say it all the time, your business is between me, you, and the Lord. I don't put your business out there in the street. But if there's something that you want me to pray about, that's going on in your life, hit me up on IG, send me a message, and I will send you, send a prayer. So that is available to you. Also remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And man, let's go, Raiders.
What up, Lo?
football fields. Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Man, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John can pursue his dreams. Tonight the Twins in on the road, and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
But I'm low.
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.